only nerds will know about this string.
It is Tour Hex from Mayami.
And it's great.
It's really good. Here it is then, Tour Hex from Mayami, a lesser known string brand, but a very good one it seems.
Yes, we've been testing all of their strings, well, a selection of their strings over the last few weeks. Tour Hex, hexagonal.
5.
A 5-sided string,
Joke,
a
6,
1.2. I spent stay on with it. So this is Miami's Tour Hex. Tour because it's a tour aimed level string.
Yeah, essentially, as far as we are aware, when a brand puts Tour in front of it, it's kind of sensible.
Yes.
And if they don't have Tour in front of it, especially Mayami, it might be a little bit more extreme in its characteristics. But
yes.
Tour Hex promises, with its hexagonal shape, 6-sided shape.
That's the hex. You get it? Tour Hex.
Very good. Very on the nose, isn't it?
Yes.
It promises precision and control as it bites into the ball. A little bit of spin. That's what we're expecting. That's what we're promised by Mayami. Now we've reviewed 4 of their, including Tour Hex, 4 of their strings. Some are good, some are bad. We're excited to give this one a try. The Tour does promise a sort of higher level experience, which we're kind of looking forward to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always looking for high level experience, no matter whether that is restaurants or string. High level, always better.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah, not always better, but often good.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a 1.23 gauge. We've strung it at 50 pounds in our V-core. Same stringer as our control string, which is restring 0, so we should get a good sense of how it stacks up against that type of string.
Yeah, I think that's everything, isn't it? Should we go and give it a try?
Let's go and play.
All right, we've just come off court. We've having a good old game with some Mayami Tour Hex. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Really good. I think I played with it a few hours previously, and then again today. And I think that what I found is that it's a really good all-rounder. It's really balanced.
Yes.
And that I really liked.
Yeah. So I mean, job 1, they promised us precision, comfort, and spin. 100% they've hit their mark.
Yeah.
Mayami have. It plays like a very good, very expensive string. It feels almost the same as things like Polytour Pro from Yonex. It feels like kind of like Restring 0 a little bit. Otoro from Toroline. Just a really good all-round, comfortable string that sort of gives you what you want.
Yeah, in terms of power, it's not as powerful as a 0, but I think it really is in line with something like Polytour Pro. That was an initial feeling. It feels like you're getting enough spin and enough power and enough of what you put in, you get out. But that you get the control like you do with Polytour Pro, rather than some of the sort of wilder strings, like more power in 0, for example, than
yes. So that is kind of what I particularly like, but we at PH Tennis kind of gravitate towards, are these strings that kind of sit in the middle of the spectrum.
Yeah.
They're not adding anything, they're not taking anything away. Sort of really well balanced, well rounded strings that enable you to sort of do whatever you want.
Yes.
So apart from the power in Tour Hex, which it doesn't give you much power, but it does provide exactly as much spin as you want. It's really comfortable.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you the confidence to then play more powerfully.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, right?
Yeah, I think that I agree with all of those things, and like I said from the outset, I think it's a fantastic string. I think the only thing is it feels quite stiff to me. There are other things in the Mayami range and also other things out there that feel a little bit softer.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of the payoff you get for that control and precision.
Yes, exactly.
It's a thin gauge. It's not going to feel really luxurious and sit and plush, as I like to say. But that's not what it's for, and actually it doesn't suffer from it. It's just one of those things where the first few balls you're like, oh, that feels a little bit, to say it again, like Polytour Pro does. Yeah,
I mean, when I was playing with it, the more I used it, the more fun it became. To the point where my initial thoughts were, this is really wild and really powerful, but it isn't. It's just, it just begs you to play with it like that, which for me is exactly what I'm looking for out of my equipment. I want rackets and strings that enable me to do whatever I want. So I think the word is responsive.
Yeah.
If you play flat, you'll get flat. If you want loads of spin, you will get plenty of spin. If you want to hit hard, you won't get much from the string, but it will enable you to do that. So it's just a string that...
It's an enabler.
Yeah, but that's what tour level strings are meant to be.
Yes.
Like if you think about a pro tennis player, they don't need more spin from their strings. They don't need more power. They want something that they know is going to give what they want.
Responsive, reliable.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what I think this is. I think on all of the, and this is what better compliment could you have on all of the things that Mayami promised with this string, it delivers. In terms of tension maintenance, we've played a few hours with it over the space of probably 5 or 6 hours over the space of a week, 2 weeks. Difficult to fully gauge tension maintenance, but at the moment it seems absolutely dead on what it was strung at.
Yeah, we're still getting plenty of snapback, as you can see.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any notching. There's no sort of deadness going in. So good sign again, which is off. I mean, obviously tension maintenance is often a concern with polyester strings, but not so far in this case. Again,
and Mayami say that it's very good. And again, seems as though they've delivered on their promise or on their claim.
I would certainly recommend to anybody watching, kind of regardless of how you play.
Yeah, I think
where you are, it's going to be a good string no matter what you want.
Yeah, I think if someone, I think better players are going to prefer it. Mm-hmm. I think generally stronger players are going to prefer it too. If you're, I mean, stronger in terms of actual strength as well as ability.
Yeah.
You might struggle if you're older, or if you're old or young. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to be middle-aged. It's a perfect string for the middle-aged tennis player.
I was going to say, if you're a sort of a young junior or an older club player, you might struggle to get what you want out of it. But basically, for everyone else in between, it's going to be really good.
Yeah. If you think you're good, give it a go.
Yes. Yes.
There you go. Which is most of our audience, I think, judging by the comments.
Exactly. Yes.
Turns out we're accommodating to the world's greatest tennis players.
Thanks very much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe so you never miss a thing from PH Tennis.